We preview the Los Angeles Chargers season and tell you if they go over or under 10 wins. And we tell you how you could take home $1,000 this NFL season. And it all starts right now. What's going on, everyone? It's Matt from Grandstand Bettors, and last year we cashed over 70% of our season win total predictions, so we figured this year, why not run it back, see if we couldn't hit maybe 92%. We're also excited this year to announce that our second annual NFL betting contest is now open for signups. Over at grandstandbettors.com, it's absolutely free to sign up, and you can take home not only $1,000 grand prize, but other great prizes throughout the year. But without further ado, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, smack that like button, because it is time to dive into the Los Angeles Chargers season preview. And the Chargers have a season win total of 10 at the moment, and if there was a trophy for the most disappointing season in the NFL, the Chargers would definitely be in the running for it for last season. They had an electric offense, but the inability to close out games and their atrocious defense last year led to a huge underperformance by this team. Justin Herbert, he didn't miss a beat in his second year in the league. He ended up with over 5,000 passing yards and 38 touchdowns. He led the Chargers to 4th overall in yards per game and 3rd in passing. All at the same time, though, they still put up 107 rushing yards per game, and a big reason for that was because of their running back, Austin Eckler. He is a very elusive back when he gets into the open field. However, don't sleep on Justin Jackson either. When he came in to give Eckler a break, he ended up with season totals that were 5.4 yards per carry on 68 attempts. Now, surprisingly, he is still an unrestricted free agent for the Chargers. They have not re-signed him, and which is kind of odd in our opinion. But regardless, it's a very balanced offense with receivers like Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Jared Cook. They ended up 5th in the league with 27.9 points per game last season. And the offseason, their big move was to sign Mike Williams, which they were able to do. They gave him a 3-year, $60 million contract. But they did lose tight end Jared Cook. But they replaced him with Gerald Everett from the Seahawks, which in our opinion is a pretty even trade. Now their offense certainly set the bar high last season, but there was no signs this offseason that they're going to take a step back. Herbert, entering his 3rd season in the NFL, already has over 10,000 passing yards. Austin Eckler is only entering his 6th year and should definitely get another 1,000-yard rushing season this year. He came up 90 yards short last season after only playing in 16 games. The receiver duo, one of the best in the league, and their offensive line improved drastically from 2020 to 2021, and they also added some depth in this year's draft as well. Now, on the defensive side, it's a completely different story. They gave up 360 yards per game, ranked 12th in pass defense, and 30th in rush defense. They also gave up 27 points per game, which was 3rd worst in the NFL. They made some big moves this offseason, though, to help this out. First and foremost was the signing of edge rusher Khalil Mack. This helps their line. It should help pull some double teams and free up some interior linemen to cause more damage to the opponent's run game. Now, they also brought in Morgan Fox from the Panthers and Austin Johnson from the Giants, and cornerback J.C. Jackson from the Patriots to help that secondary. When you throw in safety J.T. Woods, they drafted out of Baylor, they should have a much more solid defense this season, which definitely should translate to winning some games that they last year probably lost. The Chargers might be the only team whose win total this season went up from last year, even after they hit the under last year. They have the 10th hardest schedule in the league this season, and they ended up 2021 with 9 wins. And with the additions they made in their defense and how good their offense is still going to be, it's hard to believe that the Chargers would not be able to win 2 more games this season, especially since last year they lost 3 games by a field goal and 2 games in overtime. Now, it is a young team, and they fell short of the playoffs, and that can be attributed to how young they are, but this is a hard number, sitting at 10 right now, and honestly, a push is actually the most inviting, but if we have to take an over-under for this team, we're going to lean on taking over 10 wins with the Chargers in the 2022 season. Now, our previews of the AFC West finish up with the Broncos, and then we're going to start diving into the NFC North and NFC East this week. In the meantime, make sure you get signed up for that NFL betting contest at grandstandbettors.com. It's absolutely free. The link is below in the description. We're giving out great quarterly prizes again this year. Winner again taking home $1,000 of cold hard cash. But as always, in the meantime, sit back, relax, and if you're a Chargers fan, get your popcorn ready because this season should be electric.